How's it going, everybody? So, do I ever have a story for you about blatant and utter discrimination that happened to me a couple days ago? It happened at Dublins Crossing Irish pub, 188th and Fraser Highway in Surrey. I'm going to tell you a story about what was said to me outside that bar Saturday night. One of the worst displays of discrimination I've ever experienced in my life, personally, especially in these last 2 years. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to tell you guys all about what was said to me, but I want to preface this by first saying I want to give you guys a little history of what this place kind of is, what they've done, and then we'll get into my story. So Dublins Crossing was actually a favorite pub of mine over the years. Like I went there so many weekends, spent lots of money there. A great place, good Irish pub. I have no qualms about inside the place, the atmosphere, nothing like that. And I'm not going to bash them on that whatsoever here at all. I spent a lot of nights there. It was a good pub over the years, and I have not been there. I have not been there since February of 2020, before all this stuff started around the world, all the lockdowns, mandates, and everything. So I haven't even stepped foot in there in 26 months, because of what's going on. So again, I want to preface my story by saying, before I get into it, there were some friends of mine that actually were kicked out of there, I believe, November 2020. So, somewhat in the beginning to all these mandates and restrictions. What this place actually kicked out some of my friends was for hugging each other and talking to each other next to each other from different tables. They had the cops called on them because they were hugging each other and talking to each other, like intermingling between tables, which you weren't allowed to do. Social distance, 6 feet, couldn't intermingle between different tables. This place called the cops on them. Police cars showed up and actually escorted them out for hugging and talking between tables. The ultimate crime of socialization. Okay, so there's a little history of kind of what they've done before this incident with me. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, unbelievable. You have to call the cops on people because they were hugging and talking to another table. Oh, the humanity. Oh my God. Oh. So keep that in mind. Okay, so my story starts. This was Saturday night. I was just at home. Got a little bored. I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take a walk, take a walk around my little area, and along my walk, I decided, let's walk by there. I haven't been there in 26 months. Let's see what's going on. Maybe walk by there, see what happens. Poke my head in, whatever. I don't know. Who knows? So as I was walking up there, across the corner to go into their little plaza, walk for about 30 seconds. They already knew who I was. As I was approaching them, they knew me by name. They didn't go in and come back out. It was, a 20, 30-second walk between when they could first see me to when I started talking to them. So they already know who I was. They addressed me by name. Yeah, Ryan. There were 3 people at the front door. One of the main guys that's always usually there. I don't know his background or his ethnicity, a non-Caucasian, always wears a hat. And then 2 other guys to my right and to my left. So I was mainly talking to the main guy that's always there and the dude that was on my right. So they addressed me by my name, Ryan, and they're like, "You're not coming in." I'm like, what? What the heck? Why? Like this just caught me off guard. Was not expecting this, and we got into a lot of back and forth. So the main thing that they said was, they said I was planning a protest against them back in September. This is September of 2021. Which I actually did, but I never actually went through on it, okay? So keep in mind, I'm getting banned here for something I never, ever, ever did, okay? I'm gonna get into this. So they're like, yeah. He's like, yeah. So you were planning a protest against us, back in September, did you not? And I was like, yeah, but I never actually did anything. I didn't go through with it. And he then says, well, you know what would have happened if you would have actually done that? You would have had tons of people out here. I would have had to shut down my business. I would have had to, lost customers. I would have, lost money and all this stuff for the day. We can't have that stuff going on. It's private here. You can't protest, in private. I was like, okay, but like I never did anything. I never did it. And he's like, did you or did you not organize a protest here? I was like, yes, I did, but I didn't follow through on it. And we had four back and forths. Yes, but you did, but you organized it. But I never went through on it. Yes, but you organized it. But I never went through with it. I didn't do anything. Yes, but you were gonna. No, I didn't do anything. Yes, but you were gonna. It was like back and forth, like 4 times before I'm like, oh my God, I never did anything. You're punishing me. What you're doing is punishing me for my political beliefs, for what I put on social media. I'm like, that's just total discrimination. And he goes, at some point, at various times, like this whole conversation probably lasted 10 minutes, maybe, give or take. And he's like, at least 2 or 3 times, the guy was like, you have no idea what discrimination is. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't have no clue what discrimination is. I'm like, oh my God, under the Human Rights Code, the BC Human Rights Code, which is law, you can't discriminate for people, again, for sexual reasons, male, female, gay. You can't kick people out because they're gay, medical, physical disability. And at that point, the other dude chimes in. He's like, you're saying stuff that's not even relevant right now. That's not relevant whether someone's this. I'm like, you can't just discriminate against people. And then so the other guy chimes in and he's like, we can throw out anyone we want at any given time for whatever reason we want, and we don't even have to tell them because it's our policy. That's what he told me. So as he is literally discriminating against me because I did nothing, as he's discriminating against me blatantly, he's telling me I don't know what discrimination is. As I cite multiple reasons under the Human Rights Code that protect against discrimination for various reasons, he's saying I don't know what discrimination is as he's discriminating against me, saying they can kick me out for whatever reason at any given point. They can kick out anyone for whatever reason, and they don't even have to tell the person. Okay, oh my God. So the reason that, they were getting at was that because I was planning to protest against their vaccine pass implementation in September 21, but I never went through with it. And then he proceeds to tell me, he was trying to tell me why I didn't actually go through that. I don't remember what he said, but he's like, oh, I know why you didn't do it because this, and this. I'm like, okay. Now I pointed my finger at him. I said, don't you tell me why I did not go through with it. I didn't go through with it because I didn't want a confrontation. I didn't want shit to blow up. I didn't want to cause shit. And that's why I didn't go through with it. And he was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I think he kind of got it, or he didn't want any confrontation there. But that's what I said to him. And then somehow, me and this other dude got into it there. Also to elaborate on when I was bringing up, like, you can't kick out people for being, gay or whatever. He's like, you're not even being relevant right now. You're not saying things that are relevant to this. And then he brings up, take this up with Bonnie Henry. Talk to Bonnie Henry about it. I'm like, oh my God, Corduroy stayed open, virtually this whole time. Corduroy did it. Talk to Bonnie Henry. I'm like, Corduroy stayed open. Why don't you guys do it? Talk to Bonnie Henry. Discuss it with Bonnie Henry. Corduroy stayed open. Do you guys not get it? Talk to Bonnie Henry. That's all the dude was saying to me. Oh my God. So at the end, I literally said, and then I asked him, okay, so what am I, okay, all things, all BSSI here. Just, I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to bullshit. I'm not going to try to get in. I'm not going to cause shit. I'm not going to do that. I'm being banned, fine, whatever. And I asked the guy, so is this a lifetime ban? Am I banned for life? And he goes, yeah, this is from high up in management. This is like from high up there, higher than the management here. This is from high up. Oh, okay. whoever those people are. I don't know, but apparently it's from pretty high up there. So somehow they managed to see a social media post of me back in September 2021. And this incident was again April 23rd, Saturday night, 2022. Somehow they got a hold of my post from way back then, and they still knew me, from 7 months down the road. So at that point, I was just like, okay, whatever, what, all bullshit aside, okay, I'm just gonna go. You know what? You have a good night, whatever. You have a good night. I'm out. And they were like, yeah, okay, that's fine, and I walked away. So to sum up here. I literally have not been inside Dublins Crossing in 26 months. February 2020 was the last time I was there. So it's nothing I did inside. Nothing. Zero, right? I planned something that didn't happen. I did not go through with it, left it alone, just, gave up on it, whatever. They have banned me for the rest of my life from going in there for doing nothing. I did nothing against them. They discriminated against me and saying they can kick anyone out at any time for any reason, and they don't have to tell the person why, and yet they tell me I have no idea what discrimination is. I mean, it's wow. This is what happens when governments give places power. It goes straight to their head. Straight to their head. These people keep thinking their policy trumps everything. It's like the highest regard in all the land. They can do whatever they want. I don't know if those, whatever you call them, bouncers, even know of the Human Rights Code. If they do, they probably don't care. But they honestly believe that their policy can trump anything. And this is probably not just them, it's other people. And there was no remorse out of these guys' mouths either. They weren't like, yeah, I know we have to enforce this government. I know we don't like it. It's silly. None of that. It just went straight to their head, and they were just adamant on it. Nope, it's our policy. We can do whatever we want at any given time. Nope. So I got banned from a place for doing nothing, as I was discriminated against blatantly, and they try to tell me I have no idea what discrimination is. Okay, so I'll leave this with them. Yeah, of course, this will never happen, of course. But I openly invite either of those bouncers, security guys, come on my Facebook Live with me, or the manager of Dublins themselves, come on my Facebook Live, and let's discuss what discrimination is. Let's go through the Human Rights Code point by point. Let's discuss that. If you guys say I don't know what discrimination is, and you guys do know what discrimination is, come on my Facebook Live. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. Let's have the world determine whether you discriminated against me or not, and let's let the world determine if you guys know what discrimination is or not. I guarantee you none of you will do it because you're a bunch of chicken shits that hide behind store policy thinking it's law, and I will embarrass you and humiliate you on the Human Rights Code and what discrimination is. You don't got the guts to do it, you won't do it because you're a bunch of chicken shits. But the invite's still there. Just have your Human Rights Code information ready and a good solid definition of what discrimination is, and even tell me why you didn't discriminate against me. You're welcome to come on my Facebook Live any minute, any day, any hour, any second, and we'll see, okay? You won't do it because I'm going to humiliate you, okay? So that's what happened to me, guys. I am now banned for something I never even did. Didn't do a thing, and I'm banned for life from there. So if anybody wants to know where this place is exactly and leave them, a good review, tell them what you think. They're 18789 Fraser Highway in Surrey. Their phone number is 604-575-5470. You can leave them a review. Tell them what you think. I'm not going to tell you what to say or whatever. Tell them what you think. Leave them a review on tripadvisor.ca. Yelp.ca, YELP.ca, on their Facebook page, Dublin Crossing Irish Pub, and leave them a Google review. Just tell them what you think, good or bad, whatever. I'm not telling people what to say or what to think here. You let them know what you think of what happened. Let them know if they can actually seriously, legally throw anyone out for any reason, and they don't have to tell the person. Let them know. Let them know what you think about discrimination. Okay, how they banned me for doing nothing. Let them know, you know. But I'm not gonna let them get away with this. They want to ban me for life for doing nothing. Okay, here you go, guys. And again, come on my Facebook Live anytime. You know how to get a hold of me. You obviously saw a post I made in September 2021. Anytime, guys. Okay, so unbelievable discrimination in British Columbia, Canada. What is going on here? So I wanted to share my story. Comment away, and again, please contact them. Let them know what you think. Not that it's going to change anything, you know, but let them know what you think and leave them reviews on their public profiles and for the world to see. Okay, so that's all I got for you today, guys. We will see what happens to me next, and I will be back to tell another story or have another good video for you guys soon. So thank you guys for listening and watching, and have a good day.